Welcome. First episode of Anchor TV Late Night. This is Jake.
How you doing, guys?
I'm Max. We're here tonight, or whatever time it is, and we're talking about vaping.
Yeah, so vaping, it's a really big trend right now, specifically among college-age young adults. It seems very popular. Vaping and e-cigarettes came into prominence about in the last 10, 15 years as an attempt to stop people from smoking cigarettes, which were, they're very harmful. They cause a lot of lung issues, lung cancer, mouth cancer, stomach cancer, all the above. But while the e-cigarettes and vaping was intended to slowly curb people off of traditional smoking and then hopefully eventually to no longer being nicotine dependent, it has led to a rise in people who have become nicotine dependent solely through the use of vaping and e-cigarette products. So although the actual numbers of cigarette sales and people who smoke cigarettes, those are significantly down in this generation compared to past, the overall number of people who have a dependency on nicotine, it doesn't seem has changed all that much, although it may have lowered slightly.
Right. Recently in Rhode Island, we've had a law passed following the day after many Massachusetts and I think other states have passed the banning of flavored vapes. Our governor had something to say about it.
Yeah, so Gina Raimondo made several comments about the marketing specifically of these vaping products, that they, and I quote, that they look like a cereal box, and that what adults do you know drink strawberry milk, chocolate milk? This is targeted at kids, our kids. So although chocolate and strawberry milk loving adults should rightfully be offended by this comment because we're out there and we will represent ourselves.
Yes.
But she does raise a very valid point. Many of the marketing campaigns for these e-cigarettes, these vaping products, they seem very marketed towards children. They use bright colors. There's cartoon characters involved in a lot of them. And the flavors are very sweet, fruity flavors that would generally be something more palatable for children.
Right.
So the critics of these products see the fruity flavors, bright colors in the marketing and think those might encourage children to start using these products where they wouldn't normally.
Right. Now, I'm just wondering, what do you think about vaping? Do you vape? I vape.
I don't vape. I have hit a vape several times in my life. I don't make a habit of it. I avoid it usually. But in general, I can see it as being a healthy tool.
Right.
If it's used correctly as someone who is smoking cigarettes, which we know, factually, we know how harmful those are to the human body. If someone is using a vape to try to stop their cigarette smoking, then I feel like it could be a beneficial tool. However, we are unaware at this point of the actual health risks that are associated with vaping and with e-cigarettes. We don't know what they do to the lungs or the body in general.
Right.
Because some of these chemicals in these products haven't been consumed by humans in this method before. So I think we're just now starting to see some of the ramifications here, as in the last several months there have been, to best of my knowledge, around 6 deaths that have been directly linked to vaping, although specifically some of those have been linked to black market cartridges that contain THC as well. So it might not be a direct correlation between using products such as Juul or regulated vape liquid, but it could still be something in the same arena that could be affecting the human body, and we're just unsure on how.
Right. Right. So technically, it would be safer to have them sold safely in stores and dispensaries rather than off of the black market, but...
Yeah, so it's definitely safer to have them sold in dispensaries, but there were also, I believe, I could be wrong here, there were that some of these cartridges have been making their way into dispensaries as they look legitimate. They can even be packaged in a way that looks like they come from a regulated, legitimate source. So they have been able to make their way into some dispensaries, which is causing issues in there. Massachusetts has passed similar bans on vaping products, which has led to some issues there because Massachusetts, cannabis is recreationally legal,
right,
which includes cannabis concentrates and oils, which can be vaped. There are several dispensaries that primarily focus on these delivery methods.
Yeah.
So this is really impacting their sales and their employees.
Yeah. A lot of people have to just shut down business.
They're going to have to shut down business or redirect their focus to other
Right.
aspects of the industry. But what do you think about the vaping as a health concern, as it has increasingly been used by younger people? So how do you, I've explained my standpoint on it, but how do you feel?
I think it's a good thing that kids aren't smoking cigarettes like they used to. Vaping, it's too bad that it's just become a random habit that they've picked up, so on and so forth. Obviously, it's a new technology. They need to learn more about it. I don't know what scientists are doing, but obviously it needs to be learned more about what its side effects are. I've seen random things. Sometimes I've seen things of vapes blowing up on people. Crazy things can happen. It's a new technology. And I guess we'll see where it goes. It's going to be banned, but that's not going to stop it from flowing through the black market. If not, probably more now. And if anything, I guess we can ask our viewers in the comments what they think of vaping, if they vape.
Yeah, so I definitely see plenty of vaping around college campus. It's all over the place, and it definitely seems like it's more popular than smoking.
Right.
Versus the amount of people you see vaping versus smoking, at least on campus. The number is much higher for those who are vaping. But it is really interesting. I'm curious to see if this ban on flavors and making it harder to get vape products, if that will result in an increase in cigarette sales, even just temporarily. Because I feel like as the vape market is more tightly regulated, it might drive some people to just go back to smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, because they are addicted to nicotine.
It's the nicotine that's the issue here.
Right. It is a bad thing. So our viewers, we'd like to know, other students of Rhode Island College, do you vape? How do you feel about this ban? If you do vape, what are you going to do now?
But yeah.
Any advice?
Any advice to people who are vaping and want to stop, who are smoking and want to stop? Right. And if there's anyone out there who's trying to quit the nicotine addiction, there are resources out there you should definitely reach out for, even if it's just the support of some friends getting you through it. But
PSA from Anchor TV.
I think that might be it for tonight's first episode.
Yeah, I think that's it for tonight.
Our first episode of Anchor TV Late Night? Is that what we're going with on this
late
one?
Night, yeah.
All right, Anchor TV Late Night, episode 1. I'm Jacob Ottaviani.
I'm Max Turcotte.
And we'll see you guys next time.